Chapter 3. The tools already out there. Your AI landscape. If you have spent any time reading about AI recently, you will have noticed something. The names come thick and fast. ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, Copilot, Midjourney, Grok, Perplexity, Notebook, LM. The list grows almost weekly, and if you are not living inside the technology world, it can feel like trying to read a menu in a language you do not speak. So let us fix that right now, because the landscape, once you understand how to look at it, is actually quite logical. The tools broadly fall into categories, and once you know the categories, the individual names start to make sense. Think of it like a high street. You have got a butcher, a baker, a pharmacy, a bank. Each one does something specific. You do not walk into the pharmacy expecting a loaf of bread. AI tools work the same way. There are tools built for conversation and writing, tools built for images and creative work, tools built for data and research, tools built for automation and workflow, and tools that are starting to combine several of these things at once. Once you know which category you need, choosing the right tool becomes much more straightforward. Let us walk through the main ones, the conversational AI tools. These are the tools most people encounter first, and they are the ones that have driven the most excitement and the most headlines. ChatGPT from OpenAI was the one that opened the floodgates, reaching 1 million users in 5 days, and fundamentally changing the public conversation about what AI could do. Claude, built by Anthropic, followed with a particular focus on nuanced, thoughtful responses and handling large amounts of text with impressive accuracy. Google's Gemini brought the weight of the world's largest search engine into the mix, with deep integration across Google's existing suite of business tools. Microsoft's Copilot embedded similar capability directly into Word, Excel, Outlook, and Teams, tools that most businesses are already using every day. What all of these have in common is the ability to converse with you in plain English, answer questions, write content, summarize documents, analyze information, and assist with an enormous range of tasks. The differences between them are subtle: tone, accuracy in specific domains, how they handle complex reasoning, how they integrate with other tools. But for most business leaders starting out, any of the leading options will deliver genuine value from day one. The key insight here is that you do not need to pick one and stick with it forever. Many of the most effective users of AI move between tools depending on the task at hand, in the same way you might use different apps on your phone for different purposes. The image and creative tools. A few years ago, creating professional visual content required either significant design skills or a budget for agencies and freelancers. That equation has changed dramatically. Tools like Midjourney, DALL-E, and Adobe Firefly can generate high-quality images from a text description in seconds. Describe what you want: a photograph of a modern office with a diverse team, a graphic for a marketing campaign, a product image in a specific style, and the tool produces it. Not always perfectly, and always requiring human review and judgment, but at a speed and cost that would have been unthinkable just a few years ago. For business leaders, this opens up real possibilities in marketing, communications, training materials, presentations, and branding. The creative barrier drops significantly when you can generate a starting point in seconds, rather than commissioning work that takes days and costs hundreds of pounds. The research and knowledge tools. One of the most underrated categories, and one that has enormous practical value for busy leaders, is AI tools built specifically for research and knowledge management. Perplexity AI functions like a search engine with intelligence behind it. Rather than returning a list of links, it reads the sources and gives you a direct, referenced answer to your question. Notebook LM from Google is particularly interesting for business use. You feed it your own documents, reports, contracts, research, meeting notes, and it becomes an expert on your specific content, able to answer questions, summarize, and surface insights from within your own information. Imagine being able to ask questions of your last 5 years of board reports, your entire contract database, or your complete operational documentation and get instant, accurate answers. That is what this category of tool makes possible. The automation and workflow tools. This is where things get genuinely transformative for businesses at scale. Tools like Zapier, Make, and N8N allow you to connect different software systems together and automate the flow of work between them without writing code. Combined with AI, these tools can trigger actions, process information, make decisions, and move work through your business automatically. From customer inquiries that generate tasks, to data that updates reports, to documents that are processed and filed without anyone touching them. For business leaders, the value here is in thinking about where time is being lost to repetitive, manual processes and asking whether automation could handle that work instead. The answer, in most businesses, is that there is far more opportunity than people realize. The emerging agent tools. The most exciting and most rapidly evolving category right now is what are called AI agents. Where the tools above respond to a single request, agents are designed to take on a goal and work towards it across multiple steps, making decisions along the way, using other tools, and completing complex tasks with minimal human intervention. Think of it as the difference between asking someone a question and giving someone a project. Platforms like OpenClaw are being built on exactly this principle. Autonomous agents that can research, build, check, and deliver work end to end with a human in the oversight role rather than doing every step manually. This is the frontier of AI capability right now, and while it is still maturing, the direction is clear. The businesses that understand agents early will have a significant advantage as the technology matures over the next 2 to 3 years. Making sense of it all. The most important thing to take away from this chapter is not the individual tool names. Those will change. New ones will emerge, existing ones will evolve, and some will disappear. What matters is understanding the categories, because the categories reflect genuine, enduring needs that every business has. Communication, creativity, knowledge, automation, and intelligence. Your job as a business leader is not to become an expert in every tool. It is to understand what each category can do for your business, ask the right questions of the people around you, and make informed decisions about where to start. In the next chapter, we move from what is possible to what is actually happening. Real businesses, real results, and the practical lessons that come from being in the room where it is happening.